Hello everyone, welcome back to the north. And here it is. We did our just a water change this morning, no gravel vacs. The filters are still good. I'll just leave them alone because they hardly get gunked up anymore because the water stays so clear. It's a beautiful thing. So all systems are running. Water change has been done. Dropped the tank a degree several days back because we're in the springtime now and I don't have to worry about minus 30 weather. We're down to 86 on the Inkbird because I don't want this tank falling below 85. Reason we do that is it offers a fairly solid degree of parasite control. Parasites, not all, but some, just don't want to operate in 85 degrees or above. So every layer of protection with these fish is worthwhile. Now I put up a video recently about one of the methods I'm using to make my overstocked tank water stay clean and last longer, and I have to do that with little or no plants. I have some plants, but because my water temperature is so high, as you can see, there's a mossy style plant growing there. I've been propagating that around the tank because it grows pretty quick and it doesn't mind the heat. I've tried swords a few times. They last a few months and melt away. I have a couple of pieces of Anubis that have been hanging on for over a year, and they were getting smothered with algae, but they finally don't have to deal with that anymore, and maybe I'll actually start to have vast quantities of Anubis floating around the tank. Where's the other one? There's another one here. Oh, there it is. So the UV and the Purigen and everything else. Purigen really, the UV is doing all the work. The Purigen is just polishing a little extra. I'm not running Purigen downstairs and it's just as clear. But we had a question in the comments, and basically, and I applaud the person for being skeptical, because you got to really take all the fish tube advice with a grain of salt until you're sure, and so I applaud that. So I don't blame anyone for thinking I'm talking out my arse when I talk about these balls. In my last video, which a lot of people have been watching, these little clay red balls, otherwise known as LECA, L-E-C-A. Okay, and I think that's an acronym, and I don't know what the acronym means, but that's it. If you go on Amazon and you search red clay balls for aquariums, or aquarium red clay balls, or L-E-C-A, you will find these. They're very cheap. You shouldn't. I at a specialty store paid 1 penny per gram. Okay, so you want to talk about saving money? Like that's everything I buy is about saving money. Pot scrubbies, those things. Okay, pot scrubbies will help set up normal beneficial bacteria. They've got lots of surface area. That's why they're good, and the beneficial bacteria will grow on all that surface area. That's one kind of bacteria. Okay, these balls here, what they do is they create an oxygen-free environment within each ball, and that allows anoxic bacteria to grow within them. And because they're circular and spherical and mostly floating, some have sunk over the course of last year, but because they operate like this, they're actually suspended all throughout the sump everywhere. Okay, each one of those balls acts like an anoxic zone, and then the water is flowing through and over and around each ball 360 degrees right in the sphere. So it's very good exposure. Plus the size of the balls means that they're not going to act like gravel and trap the gases that will get released from the anoxic cycle. And what that's going to do is it's going to break down nitrates and turn them into gas and release them. They're getting so it's literally removing nitrates from my tank without the use of plants. Now, if you had a whole mess of plants, great. That's helping you out too. Do this on top of it. You can stick them in your sump or wherever you want. Just make sure you put them in media bags. Okay? And if you do this, this is way safer than having thick substrate, because thick substrate will create an anoxic layer underneath, which having an anoxic bacteria can be beneficial if it's managed properly. But in this setup, okay, you're going to trap the gases. You're going to get gas pockets in your substrate. That's a time bomb. It's going to kill your fish. Don't do it. Keep your substrate low. Look, I'm right down. I'm almost equal to my rim. There's literally an inch of substrate in here, inch and a half tops. It's 50-50 sand gravel mix to keep the poop on top, so my current takes it to my filters. But that's how you want to create an anoxic zone with these puppies. Okay? And so the question in the chat was, are these things for real? Has anyone tried it? Well, it's definitely for real. And that's why that stuff's famous in the amphibian community, because it's very good at doing that. But we're going to ask our friend ChatGPT, because it can be handy sometimes, especially for questions like this. So let's open it up and let's ask it a question. Connection failed. Let's check my Wi-Fi. Okay, got it. So tell me about red clay balls in a sump. How do they help the aquarium's nitrogen cycle? What do they do to clean the water? And LECA is another name for it, LECA. Can you explain how and why this stuff is good?
Absolutely. Red clay balls, often referred to as LECA, lightweight expanded clay aggregate, are popular in aquariums and hydroponics. Here's how they help with the nitrogen cycle and water quality. 1. Biological filtration. LECA provides a large surface area for beneficial bacteria. These bacteria ammonia from fish waste into nitrites and then into less harmful nitrates. This helps maintain a stable and healthy environment for your fish. 2. Water clarity. LECA can help improve water clarity by providing a medium for mechanical filtration, trapping debris and particles as water flows through it. 3. Oxygenation. The porous nature of LECA allows for good water circulation, which can enhance oxygen exchange in the aquarium. 4. pH stability. Help buffer pH levels in the tank, maintaining a stable environment for fish. Overall, LECA balls are a great addition to a sump system for biological filtration and overall water quality management.
Talk about how they create an anoxic zone within the center of the balls and how that's beneficial.
Absolutely. LECA balls have a unique structure that can create an anoxic zone, a region without oxygen within their porous centers. Here's how and why it's beneficial. 1. Anoxic zone creation. The porous structure of LECA balls allows water to flow through while providing spaces where oxygen levels are significantly lower or absent. 2. Denitrification. In these anoxic zones, certain types of bacteria, known as denitrifying bacteria, thrive. These bacteria convert nitrates, which are a byproduct of the nitrogen cycle, into nitrogen gas, which then escapes harmlessly into the atmosphere. This process effectively removes excess nitrates from the aquarium, preventing the billful to fish and other aquatic life. 3. Balanced ecosystem. By facilitating denitrification, LECA helps maintain a balanced ecosystem within your tank. It reduces the need for frequent water changes and helps keep the water parameters stable. In summary, LECA balls not only provide a surface for beneficial bacteria, but also create an environment where denitrification can occur, helping to keep your aquarium clean and healthy.
Thank you.
Any more questions, feel free to ask.
So there's the rundown. And so you get more benefit from those than just pot scrubbies alone, for example. Pot scrubbies won't have that anoxic zone within their cores. And LECA balls likely will. I mean, there could be one that's super porous and lets oxygen all the way through, but typically they don't. And I got thousands of them in there. Each one is basically like a small plant in itself, aquarium plant. And aquarium plants, although they do help with the nitrogen cycle, they actually do very little, especially in a tank like this. I could have this tank chock full of plants, and the plants would not keep up. They just wouldn't. Plants would cause me more problems than they would solve. So, yeah, leca balls. Try them out. They're amazing, and they're stupid cheap. That's the amazing part about them. You don't have to spend money on fancy, expensive substrates that claim to do the exact same thing. Penny a gram at a specialty store. I mean, I got a huge quantity of them for like $6-7. So, I just wanted to elaborate on that because I may not have been clear enough in my other video. So, this is like a part 2, and I brought the receipts. Have a nice day.